Hello, I'm going to be making some beer bread today, so stay tuned if you want to make some beer bread. Today I'll be using some mango stash beer. I'm not a beer drinker, but I do like to keep some on hand to make some beer bread because it's really, really tasty. So if you're interested, then stay tuned and let's get cooking. All right, so first of all, I'm going to preheat my oven to 375. Okay, and then I'm going to grease a one bread pan with some cooking spray here. Okay, so you're going to need, in this bowl, I have 3 cups of flour. I have 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I have 12 ounces of the beer, and I have 6 tablespoons right here of melted butter. So first of all, I'm going to add to my flour my 2 tablespoons of sugar, my 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and my 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to use a fork, and I'm just going to kind of stir this around a little bit to get it mixed. And at this point, if you want to add things to your beer bread like grated cheese, now would be the time to do so. But I have some of that spreadable cheese that I'm going to be spreading on mine after it's baked. So I'm going to skip the cheese part. Okay, now I'm going to add my beer. And with my hand mixer, I'm going to mix my beer to my flour. There's going to be some lumps in it, and that's okay. This is like a quick bread. All right. Gonna just scrape the bowl a little bit, make sure I got everything mixed, which I did. And then I'm going to pour this batter into my greased bread pan. You can use any kind of beer you want. If you use dark beers, keep in mind that your bread is going to taste bitter like the dark beer tastes. I'm not really a big fan of dark beers, so I like to use the light pale beers, and you will still have a slight taste, but it won't be as strong. The alcohol in this bread does cook out, so you don't have to worry about who gets to have some. If you have people under drinking age in your home, it will cook the alcohol out. Okay, so then I'm going to take this melted butter, 6 tablespoons of melted butter, and I'm just going to pour this across the top of my bread dough. So here it is with the butter on top. All right, I'm going to let that bake for 35 to 40 minutes, and then I will come back and we will have a bite. So stay tuned. Okay, I just pulled this out of the oven. It baked exactly 35 minutes. Look at this. It is gorgeous. It was starting to get a little bit crisp on the edges, but it's going to be good. I did the toothpick test on it, but I'll do it again to show you. It is kind of a heavy, dense feeling bread, but the toothpick is clean, so it is done. So I'm going to pause the video and let this cool for about 20 minutes, and then I will be back for a taste test. This has been cooling about 15 minutes. I can't stand it. I have to try this. I have some spreadable cheese here. Here's the label to it. I don't know how to pronounce this. It's either rondelle or rondelay, something like that. But this is the label to it. And it's artichoke garlic flavor that I'm going to be spreading on my piece of bread. So I'm just going to cut a little slice here. It's still nice and warm. It smells good. Now, I could have probably taken this out of the oven about 5 minutes before I did, and it would have been fine. It was starting to crisp up a little bit on the edges, but it's still perfectly fine. This is what it looks like when I've cut it. All right, so I'm going to give this a try. I'm going to put some of this spreadable cheese on here. Get myself a plate. Now, I have spread port, like the cheddar port wine cheese on beer bread before. That's really good. Any spreadable cheese would work, or just butter. It doesn't have to be cheese. Look at this. This is the artichoke garlic spreadable cheese. Spreadable cheese. Sorry about that. Let me give this a taste. I can taste the butter, the garlic from the cheese. This is really good. This will store in your freezer for about 3 months if you let it cool completely. Or you can store it in a plastic bag in your refrigerator for about a week if it'll last that long, because this is really good. It's really buttery tasting. It is a little greasy on the outside because of the butter, but it's really good. So, freezer for 3 months or refrigerator for a week. Again, you can use any kind of beer that you want. I used dark beer once in it, and I didn't care for it. It was too bitter for me. But I like using the pale ales, or you can even use just your everyday beer, Miller, Coors, whatever. It's really good. So let me know in the comments below what you think of this, if you've tried it. What beer have you used? What spreadable cheese have you used? Or did you just serve it like as is? Or did you put butter on it? Let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And I will see you next time on Survive with What You Know. Bye.